Hello! I'm Jash, and welcome back to more of, I was going to say Skyrim or Stardew Valley, but no, today is more Jash Reads, the series where I read a book cover and discuss it chapter by chapter. And the book we're continuing to read is Animorphs number 13, The Change by K.A. Applegate. Now, besides reading a book cover to cover, we discuss it chapter by chapter. I also do a Minecraft element to this series. Hence, Minecraft. I build stuff. And it's amazing. Because I'm awesome. Yeah. Okay. And I had a little trouble with Minecraft, which I did talk about, I think, in greater length in one of my other streams. Okay, knew I missed something. Okay, so I was feeling down for last few days, so hubby got me a lovely Eevee plushie. And now I place it next to my other giant Eevee plushie. So, yeah. Getting the whole pillow to rest my arms on took a little bit longer because I didn't want to fling them to the ground or anything. So, anyways, the trouble with Minecraft was I lost one of my worlds. Well, I lost the part of the world that I had saved in survival peaceful, so I could still get achievements. So I currently have 2 other saves there where I could travel back. So I have 2 saves. One, I made a copy of the original copy so I can stay in the one location, and with the other one eventually switch to survival mode, but I can't. Hey. I can't earn achievements in them, which means I'll now want to start another world just so I can, earn achievements. Which isn't really a big priority for me, but I like having the option there. Share steps. Okay, we're gonna work a little bit on the stairs before we get to the actual dramatic reading part of the dramatic reading. Stairs are always honestly a little struggle for me. Where's that heavy breathing coming from? Maybe I don't want to know. Yeah, I deleted some of my older worlds, which I was sad to do, but I'm making space for everything, so yeah. Let's see. Besides the giant Eevee, what do I have to talk about? I think we want to turn here, so turn. That sort of clashes with that part there. So yeah, let's see. Movies that came out. I've already discussed the movies that came out and I've seen in other streams. Oh gosh. I'm getting excited for Silent Hill F. Just a little nervous about combat being talked about. I'm not honestly that good of a gamer. Like, combat wise, I'm always nervous whenever combat is mentioned. And it's not really helped by the fact that I guess certain type of gameplay happens and everyone's like Souls-like, and then you have people going, that's not really Souls-like, what the heck are they talking about? So I guess it's probably not going to be like one of the Dark Souls games, but I already pre-ordered the game, so I'm really excited about playing it, but also at the same time like a little bit nervous. I'm going to finish placing the concrete all over here. And then we will actually start with the dramatic reading, which is the entire reason you're probably watching this. I mean, there's a few of you who are just really excited to see like my epic designs. What's Josh going to do this time? Maybe? Yeah, I don't know. If you came in here just for the Minecraft part, hey, maybe you'll become an Animorphs fan by the end. Actually, let's put a few torches. Ah! Okay, that's not good. Let's see, will that happen a second time? Ah! Okay. Let's just... Now, well, I can remember to stop once I get villagers in here. Okay. I just, you know, the AI here is not good, so I want to make sure. Okay. That's good. That's good. Okay. Yeah. Yeah! I'm gonna wait till the sun sets. Because I don't want to be in the middle of reading and have to stop and just go into bed to sleepy sleep. I like this little right here, nice outdoors, indoor sleeping area. And the previous, all the stuff below here is going to be like a little gathering, maybe, game meals and such. Of course, I chose this because it's a cherry biome, and I really don't have that much to talk about, so we're going to actually, maybe I'll time things up to where the sun is set. I sleep and wake up and without pausing and doing nothing. If you're going to wonder why I'm not yelling at Danny for this stream, it's because she and Jorah preen each other, and she preened Jorah so badly that, he's getting a little bit of a bald spot, so we're keeping them separated for the majority of the day, and 30 minutes every night they can interact with each other, and if I notice one gasp of pain from Jorah, I put Danny away. So yay! Joys of owning verbs. Okay. It's moments away. Moments away. Okay, we can wait. I change my mind all the time. I think I've changed my mind a few times here. Yeah, we are reading the second to last chapter of Animorphs number 13, The Change by K.A. Applegate today. Yay! Yeah, it's so close to finally finishing this book. I want to do a dramatic reading of the entire series, but with the severe vertigo and pacing every project I have, yeah. Before I was doing 2 or 3 of these dramatic readings per week. Now it's maybe once or twice a month. Okay. Let's see, good little backdrop. Okay, yeah, this is a nice little backdrop for us. Okay. Hang on a second. Okay, I'm comfy. Let's get the book out. Let's see if the brightness is a good level. And okay, brightness is a go. So, again, we are reading more of Animorphs number 13, The Change by K. Applegate, and today we are reading chapter 26. Okay, let's go. The next day was Sunday. Not that it mattered to me. Rachel came to my meadow to see me, but I avoided her. I flew away and left her yelling, "Tobias! Tobias, where are you?" Into the woods. I'm sorry, but I knew why she was there. She'd come to tell me it would all be okay. She'd come to make sure I didn't feel too bad. And knowing Rachel, she'd help me curse and blame the Ellimist. But I didn't want pity. Not even Rachel's pity. I was dealing with things, but I was barely dealing. And I felt like if someone was nice to me, I'd totally fall apart. I'm a predator, a raptor, a hawk. I didn't want anyone feeling sorry for me. Throughout the day, I went about my routine. I went back to mapping out the entrances to the Yerk pool. I watched the known controllers come and go. And I was fine. Until the sun set and night fell. I went to my favorite perch in the old oak tree, and I watched the foxes and raccoons and owls and other night creatures do their work. Axe came by looking for me. I didn't want to talk to him either, but he knew I was there. "Hey, Axeman," I said. "Hello, Tobias. How are you?" "Same as ever, and I really don't want to talk about it," I said bluntly. I guess Axe took the hint. He stayed for just a few more seconds, then made an excuse to take off. I knew I was just feeling sorry for myself, but too bad. I had reason to feel sorry for myself. So this is going to be it, I told myself bitterly. This is your life. No home, no bed, no school, nothing human. I formed a picture in my mind of human life. I saw warm golden light and a TV and couches and beds and tables. Food that came in boxes and cans, books and magazines, games, stuff. And I saw my parents, at least the way I remembered my parents from photographs. I'd been too young when they left to really be able to remember them. But I used to have pictures of them. That was a life I would never have again. Human life. But you know, even as I was wallowing in self-pity, I knew I was being dishonest. Maybe that warm, fuzzy, golden life was how some people lived. But it wasn't how I had lived. Not really. Okay, I thought. Okay, so maybe my life as a human sucked too. That doesn't mean I want to spend the rest of my life as a bird. And yet, I had another memory. More recent. I saw myself the way I had appeared when the Ellimist had taken me into the turquoise mist. I saw myself half bird, half human. "No," I said to myself. I shook off the image. Just an Ellimist trick. I tried to stop thinking. I needed sleep. That's all. I just needed a good night's sleep. I'd be fine in the morning. I closed my eyes and tried to turn off the busy human mind that lived alongside the hawk's simpler intelligence. I closed my eyes, and when I opened them again, I was not in my tree. I was in a room, in a house. And hang on, just taking a break to sip. Hi, little parrot. Holy shit. Was it the high little parrot that did everything? Oh my god. I fucking hate this update. They're just... It never crashed this much before. Oh my god. So that happened, folks, and this is why if you're doing things live, you need to have a certain mentality. Because shit happens. I guess don't grief the bird is the lesson we learn. Okay, let's us continue, I guess. It was night, but I could see blue numbers glowing from an alarm clock. And I could see someone lying in a narrow, disheveled bed. There was a sleeping, tousled, dirty blonde head lying on the pillow. A cold chill swept through me. I knew this room, this bed. I knew the person lying there, tossing and turning with sad dreams. I fluttered to the nightstand. The noise of my wings woke the sleeper. He blinked the sleep from his eyes and stared at me. A bird? He said. It's just a dream, I told him. My heart was beating so fast I thought it would explode, but at the same time I felt a weird calm. Like I knew what was going to happen. Like it had all happened already. Then I saw the calendar. It was a Star Trek calendar. I guess that's funny. The date was the day before I had walked through the construction site with Jake and Marco and Cassie and Rachel. A dream? The sleeper sat up in his bed. He peered at me, and I saw a troubled expression in his eyes. I'm... Okay, this is getting fucking bullshit. Barely able to fucking read. Okay, let's just... Classic skins, okay. Maybe doing like a classic skin will help. Don't worry, be happy, my fucking ass. Don't worry, be happy. Your world's gonna crash over 5 fucking seconds. I think if I do reboot the Xbox, the game crashes will stop for a little bit. But here's the thing. I'm doing dramatic reading and I really don't want to fucking... mess things up. So let's start quickly before we... Maybe if we don't focus on the character, it won't crash. Actually, let's do it one more time with the character. Anyways, let's fucking continue with this bullshit. A dream? The sleeper sat up in his bed. He peered at me, and I saw a troubled expression in his eyes. I know you, don't I? Kind of, I said. And I know you, Tobias. How do you know my name? I can't tell you that. But listen, Tobias, what could I say? What could I possibly say to my old self? I couldn't tell him everything would be all right. I didn't know that. I couldn't tell him what was about to happen to him. No sane person would believe it. Besides, I had forgotten this dream. Hadn't I? Tobias, I said, walk home with Jake. Walk through the construction site. What? I just laughed a little sadly. Why had I told him to do that? Why had I sent him to the construction site? It was there that everything had begun. It was there that I had started down the path that led to my being trapped as a hawk. I knew the truth now. I could see it clearly. I was looking at myself back when I was human. Looking at myself, I couldn't escape the truth. That wasn't me anymore. I wasn't Tobias the human. I had become something else. Something new. What had the Ellimist said? You are a beginning. You are a point on which an entire timeline may turn. Tobias, I said to the human, you should go back to sleep. I am asleep, aren't I? This has to be a dream. And if it isn't a dream, I'll never get back to sleep. I can help you sleep, I said. Hold out your arm. Don't be afraid. The human Tobias held out his arm. I flapped my... I'm going to rest up, just so everyone can see my smexiness better. The human Tobias held out his arm. I flapped my wings and landed on him. I was as gentle as I could be with my talons. I didn't need to dig them in. Simple contact was enough. Tobias's eyes began to flutter. He became dazed and passive, the way all animals do when they are acquired. I closed my eyes and focused on him, on the human DNA that was being absorbed into my hawk's body. When I opened my eyes again, I was back in my tree. Had it been real? Or was it all just some silly dream? Don't forget, a huge voice said. 2 hours, Tobias. I didn't ask what the Ellimist meant. I knew. I had acquired my own human DNA, but it was just a morph. If I stayed in my old human body, I would be trapped there forever. Never again to morph. Never again to be a hawk. Never again to fly. Have I kept my promise? Yes, I said. And are you happy, Tobias? And that's the end of that chapter. Yay! Oh my gosh! Best chapter ever! Woo woo! So, we got the conclusion last chapter to the Hork-Bajir's story. The free Hork-Bajir being free, them finding their little piece of Eden. I want to do wool, but I don't think that's really going to work. Let's just get a nice little table. And with this chapter, we get to see the conclusion to Tobias's own personal story in all of this. Hork-Bajir got their freedom, and Tobias got the ability to morph back. So now he can be a real part of the team while also getting to be human every now and again. It's like he could, you know, that like little theoretical question that can never be answered, you know, just because we won't be able to actually enact it. You know, the whole, what would you tell your past self? Well, Tobias got the ability to, well, actually talk to his past self. For him, it's not a theoretical question. He actually got the ability to, you know, talk to his past self. And what did he tell his past self? Hey, all the horrors I am experiencing, well, here you go. Dude, can you move? Thank you. See villagers piling in there. So yeah, if he told his past self, hey, go see the horrors. Like, part of Tobias must like what he's doing. Maybe not in a, you know, hey, I want to do this all the time. But he definitely is driven to fight. So when given the opportunity to possibly warn himself away from experiencing all these nightmares, he doesn't. He decides, yeah, doing this. And then, oh, yeah, just his realization of, oh my god, this is me. And I tried to give Tobias, the human, the younger Tobias, by probably just a couple months, but the younger Tobias, a little less control over his voice. At least that's what I was trying, that's what I was aiming for. Sort of, you know, show a little difference. I don't know how good or bad I did that, but yeah, that was the intent. Ooh, some pumpkin pie. Oh, they actually have steak. It's called steak. I think before it was like cooked beef or something. Ah. Let's see. I find near the end of the chapter this paragraph's a little telling of Tobias's feelings. I would be trapped there forever. if I stayed in my old human body, I would be trapped there forever. Never again to morph, never again to be a hawk, never again to fly. So he definitely has importance placed. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Important and essential part of this whole plan. Okay, okay, did have 3. Tobias really does, place importance on being able to fly and morph. And it seems like he puts more of an importance on that than he does to being human. So Tobias doesn't answer, or at least we don't get to see the answer if he tells the Ellimist whether or not he is happy. Maybe because the all-knowing Ellimist might have seen that being a hawk and morphine are really the most important things to Tobias, because his human life, as Tobias does point out in this chapter, was shit. He was abused by everyone, basically, so... So the Ellimist would know going back into that situation would not be ideal. It'd be far from ideal. So are you happy, Tobias? I like that we don't get confirmation on whether or not Tobias answered the Ellimist or what his answer was, so yeah. So my feeling is that Tobias is in fact is happy because he gets to not be bound to his old life where he would not be happy. And he's still able to fight the Yerks. He's still able to not be on the sidelines anymore. And being useful, I think, is much more important to him than being human. So yeah, I think he is happy, but since, again, this is not canonically answered, comment down below with what do you think? Do you think Tobias is happy? Do you think the Ellimist made the right call? And what do you feel about the Ellimist? Do you like him or do you hate him? Again, there are not any wrong answers to this, because it is not canonically answered. So comment down below, let me know. Also, remember to like, subscribe, all this stuff that, gets me noticed by the lovely demonic algorithm. Also, remember something. Oh, if that to comment below and ask me any questions that I didn't comment on during this stream. And also remember, keep things spoiler free, because I'm hoping against hope that people unfamiliar with the Animorphs series will, get into the Animorphs series because of these videos, and there are some big twists and turns that, should be, not ruined for people. Now, I am about to get to the links, and if you're watching this live on Twitch sometime after I finish the stream, shortly after, I will add them, so. Oh, I lost my birdie. Where's my birdie? Oh, sorry, dude. So yeah, now with the links, some of the links will be Amazon associate links, so if you buy something from those links, I will get a little something from it too. So it's a great way to support not only me, but the original creators. Okay, now the first link, dun, 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 is, of course, to buy your very own copy of Animorphs number 13, The Change by K.A. Applegate. I heard a kitty. These didn't start appearing on their freaking... Oh, there's a little kitty. Animorphs is hands down my favorite book series of all time. It's something that somehow managed to hold up. I enjoyed it as a kid, and somehow it was able to still be good, still have the same effect as an adult. So I should do the farmers, the little fields, so my people can have nom-noms. I'll have to think about how to do the ground there. This should be fun. Oh, let's get grass box. We want it here. Let's go here. Now, let's see. Okay. The next link is to my Twitter account, and I am Jashikins on Twitter. So if you want to talk to me about Animorphs there, you know, love to start talking with you. Just please be aware that the spoiler-free thing is only for the dramatic reading and not for any other place I'll talk about Animorphs. Size for a small field. I think with how rocky this is, they'll be more into livestock, but we still need some farming. Provide food not only for the villagers, but also to provide food for the livestock. And the Animorphs' original run went from, let's see, 96 to 2001, and yeah. Because I remember after the last Animorphs book came out, it was my first year of high school, and 9/11 happened, so 2001. I'm old. I'll admit that. I'm old. Hear that, YouTube? I'm 38. I'm way above 18. Oh, yeah. Of course, I'm into other fandoms too, so if you want to talk about Silent Hill, Minecraft, or any of the other games I play, I don't mind having a nice little chat. I can be chatty sometimes. Although honestly, with online, I do sometimes just, prefer to lurk. Like, ooh, what drama will I hear today? Oh, I need to put a bell. Okay. There we go. Oh, fuck. Okay. Let's see. The next link is to my Patreon. And my Patreon helps me do glitchy as fuck streams like this. Jason Momoa did not save us. All the books I'm releasing, and let's see, all the books I'm releasing, and every odd thing I'm doing on my blog. So if you can help support me there, that is amazing. But I can understand if you don't have the money. If this is the first time watching, I also honestly don't want you to... Oh god, how? Okay, that's still there. I thought I put up more pictures. Oh, I did. Just fell off for whatever reason. Okay, we're going to take that as a sign, I guess. And currently there are 2 tiers for Patreon. You have $1 tier where you get exclusive designs. $1 tier, no, that's the $1 tier. Now the $5 tier is where you get to get my book cover reveals for Kafka's Men, and the cover reveals are also when I do title reveals, so you can see that before anyone else has any idea. Brag to your friends and loved ones, yay! Also, even if you're a paying member, doesn't matter how much or how little you pay, you will get to read the first chapter of my latest Kafka's Men book before release. So, yay, brag to your friends. This not famous author. Oh, there's water there. Yeah, you might be. So if you're not familiar with my Kafka's Men series, you're probably like, why should I care? And Kafka's Men is actually the final link. Kafka's Men is my original book series. It is also a reverse harem, dark romance to boot. So, if you like your romance sad and angsty, and everyone involved not being the pentagons of heroicism, this is probably right up your alley. Oh, and if you like your slow burns slower than a fucking glacier, yeah, you will just love Kafka's Men. Like, this will be the book series for you. This will be your new happy place. And I'm building all this stuff underneath because since it's going to be fields, I'll need to deal with water at some point. So, yeah. And I currently have 8 books out, and I'm working on the 9th book. So it's like I forgot for like half a second. What's going on? Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Yeah, the latest book that is out is the darkest in the series so far. There's also going to be something that happens a couple books later that's also really, really dark, but it's like, I think which book you find darker is really going to be a matter of opinion, and because spoiler reasons, I can't exactly say, where this thought process is coming from. So, yeah. So I'm just going to finish up building this part of the bottom here, because I am afraid that since the game is loving to go crash happy today, not going to do all I want to do. So yeah, so for everyone watching live on Twitch, I'm going to give a little update on the future of my stream. So late tonight, I will be doing more of my commentary stream of Soma. So if you like nice and spooky late at night, yeah. And for all those watching on YouTube, sorry, that is just not something you see every day. So, and for all of you watching on YouTube, ugh. Well, these are perfect little grazing fields. Is there anything to this? I think off the side here will be more like fletching and such. Okay. So, yeah. For all those watching on YouTube, the Soma stream will be airing on that platform around noon, so it won't be the late night thing. Hello, villager. And tomorrow, if all goes according to plan, I should be getting my next dramatic reading out, but it won't be an Animorphs dramatic reading. It will be my fanfic dramatic reading, so maybe that's not your thing, but you know, I will still be continuing to build, so yeah, I don't do separate worlds for each dramatic reading, so if you want to see how this progresses, you'll want to tune in tomorrow. And until next time, whenever that may be, goodbye.